People, I would like to say I'm shocked, but I'm not in the least. So two former No Jumper employees, Riley and Yori, has filed a lawsuit against No Jumper, citing harassment and wrongful termination. And they listed three employees specifically, Adam 22, Josh, and Lush. And they said that those employees either harassed them or because they acted in supervisory position, didn't stop the harassment or did enough to stop the harassment. Riley and Yori are joint plaintiffs. Now, I'll be real, I was kind of shocked. They hire an actual attorney. I mean, hey, listen, man, I ain't know what to expect, bro, but apparently the paper is there or this lawyer has taken it pro bono, but they mean business. They hired an official attorney to file this lawsuit against No Jumper, Adam, Josh, and Lush. When I woke up today to the announcement that Yori and Riley has sued No Jumper, I wasn't surprised, not the least bit. I even turned to my homie Travis, man, who was actually here when I found out about the lawsuit, man. I said, bro, Yori trying to tell y'all, man, never broke again, all right? All right, he's never going broke again, man. They certify hustlers.
Just like Blasey says, never broke again. Even Blasey says, bro, he's like, I'm down to go right back and selling internet subscriptions just to make a buck. You know what I mean? It's like, bro,
you know how to hustle.
Riley and I are never.
We're hustlers.
Riley and I are never broke again, bro. It doesn't matter how much hate we get, whatever it is, we will.
Now, obviously, this is a money grab, but shout out to the white man Yori, man. At least he stayed consistent to his principles, man, which is never broke again at all costs. If that means filing a lawsuit, he gonna file a lawsuit, man. A lawsuit is better than a job. So at least he's consistent, but it's still a money grab. Now, when I say money grab, I'm not even talking about the veracity of whatever accusations are in this lawsuit. I'm referring to Yori and Riley clearly, right, isn't traumatized, right, don't have emotional distress over whatever took place at No Jumper. They've been able to move on. No Jumper probably haven't discussed them in months now at this point. So they've been able to move on and live their life how they want to live it. So obviously it's not about emotional distress, it's about the bag. Ever since leaving No Jumper, Yori hasn't posted on his main channel, Harmonious Man, because he's been demonetized on Harmonious Man. He started another channel, but haven't posted on this channel for about a year because this channel was also demonetized, I believe. So Yori's only stream of income at this point is Kick. And it's almost impossible to make a living wage if your average viewership is 88 on Kick. There's no shade, bruh, right? But if you were demonetized on YouTube and Kick is your only stream of income, but your average viewership is 88, then it's kind of like you really don't have any other option but to sue your former employer for whatever you feel like you could get. Because at this point, that's the contingent plan, all right? Sue No Jumper, get some cash, and try to invest it in something that can make a viable income. Because as of now, the streaming don't really seem like a real viable way to make a living as of now. Now, Yori is talented. He could maybe one day be the biggest streamer in the world. I don't doubt it, and I'm being serious. But as of now, it's not really making him money. Right, he can't pay his bills off of this. Yori is no dummy. He understands his circumstances, which is why I believe this lawsuit is solely fueled by survival, bruh. Bro gotta eat. Winter coming up, bruh. Bro gotta get his issue out the way, man. You feel me? Because the income ain't really coming in as it used to. Now, Yori is no dummy. He's pretty practical. Yori understands his circumstances. Like, Yori took a very long time to leave No Jumper when his friends left No Jumper. Because according to Yori, losing one stream of income, no matter how minuscule it is, won't be really smart because they need any form of income they can get.
Guys, there's a lot of people who are just like, Yori, you should quit now too, blah, blah, whatever, all that stuff. But guys, honestly, use your brains. We are a couple. We pay our bills together. We have lost one income source. Both of our credit cards are close to being maxed out. If we lose another income source while having both credit cards near to maxed out, we're really going to set us up for failure. You know what I mean?
Yori was saying that at a time, from what we could see, his financial position was light years better than what it currently is from what we can see. Riley was still working at No Jumper, had that income coming in. Yori was still working at No Jumper, had that income coming in. Yori was with Big Brother, with House Phone, Blasey, and Potlord, had that income coming in. Yori's streams were doing the best they've ever done in terms of viewership. Just got done with a 30-day marathon, did about 20,000. So he was in a very financially secure position, but he would still say that losing the No Jumper income would be financially devastating to them. So if he couldn't lose the No Jumper income at that point, what do you think he's thinking right now when he don't have the No Jumper income? His streams aren't doing really that well. 83 viewerships on average. That's not good. From what we could see, his last consistent stream of income was from the Big Brother network for doing the podcast on Reconnected with House Phone, Blasey, and Potler. But he had that huge falling out with House Phone that led to him leaving the network, so he no longer has the income from the podcast anymore.
No, it was, bro. It was a constant, like, House Phone. Like I said, it was a constant theme where it was like I was doing a lot of shit that was highly unappreciated, and then you would tell me like, why aren't you doing more? Why aren't you doing more? And I'd be like, I'm literally doing so much for this podcast.
You were getting compensated.
And then once I leave, you guys can't even go live. So it's just like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
if you got a response
that
from
was because of a computer situation.
Yeah.
And maybe
I sent you a computer. I sent you a computer list.
You could honestly leave, bro. Like, if you just come in with that energy,
You're being rude to me right now. I'll dip right now. You really want me to?
Leave.
All right, fuck. I'm out of here, bro. Nah, you want to be like this, bro? No. House wants to be like this, dude. What the?
Man, come on, bro.
Hella unappreciated, dude. That's crazy.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, what the? Dude, that's insane.
His pride cost him his last consistent stream of income, allegedly. Yori is now suing folks, right? So this is allegedly. But he walked out. He hasn't been back. He's not a part of the podcast anymore. So he's not getting paid from the podcast anymore. And he couldn't really afford to lose any more streams of income. That was a really big deal. See, he started streaming on Kick initially because Kick was paying him by the hour. But he allegedly lost his Kick deal where they were paying him to stream by the hour because he left the stream on and went to sleep and got paid. And, and Kick allegedly thought this was scamming, right? He was taking advantage of their program that was meant to incentivize people to stream, not sleep while streaming.
Oh yeah, the head of business development at Kick was on the stream and Rinder asked him and he pretty much said that they sent you multiple warnings and you try to cheat the system and they have to protect their program.
Are you with me?
I'm not. They clipped it, but I can't click on the clip for some reason.
So everyone who's familiar with this lore pretty much understands that this is a money grab. But a money grab doesn't necessarily mean that the lawsuit isn't going to go anywhere. It being a money grab doesn't necessarily mean that the claims are untrue or, they're not going to get a payout, right? Some money grabs are successful. So I decided, okay, I can't just dismiss the lawsuit. I have to actually read it first so I can make this video and really break down exactly what they're suing for. The lawsuit comes across as very rushed, done last minute, not really coherent, doesn't really make sense. And it just sort of feels like Riley and Yori went to this lawyer, told them every bad thing that ever happened to them from their perspective, and they just sort of put it on paper and submitted it. Because even the claims they gave or the instances of whatever they feel like was done to them doesn't really factor into what they're suing for, right? If they're suing No Jumper for wrongful termination and harassment, then some of these claims have nothing to do with it. They just sort of listed it just to list it, it would seem. Like, for example, if you look at this particular paragraph, it says harassment includes discussing Riley having sex on defendant's YouTube stream. Well, Adam, Lush, Josh, and No Jumper are all listed as defendants. Which defendant was talking about Yori having sex on their YouTube stream? It continues, right? Posting photograph of plaintiff's Garcia butt on defendant's Reddit page. Now, this is where it gets really conspiratorial. They're now factoring in posts that were made on the Reddit by fans. They're claiming that No Jumper is responsible for that, which, to me, that just made things a little bit more difficult for yourself because, now you're, going into the territory of, protected, First Amendment, right? But it continues. They says, threatening to fight plaintiff Yori on defendant's YouTube stream. Which defendant? Lush or No Jumper? Because Lush streams have nothing to do with No Jumper. They continue, all right? Live streaming out of where plaintiff lives. Well, that's not No Jumper. That's Lush on his personal time. I'm not a legal expert here, people, but most lawsuits we've seen done by professionals and done right usually have a detailed account of the events. They usually differentiate between the defendants. So, like, if different defendants does different things, you don't list all the defendants as defendant, right? You will say Lush did this outside of Yori's house. You will say Adam did this. You will say Josh did this. But this lawsuit, you will see they don't differentiate at all. At all, right? They just list everybody as defendant, and it's really hard to follow, which makes me think this is done by a very amateur attorney from my perspective. If you really look at this lawsuit, this is a wrongful termination / workplace harassment lawsuit. So it doesn't really make any sense to sue No Jumper because Comparator and Lush One went live on their personal Instagram pages when they pulled up on Yori to fight, when Yori was no longer an employee at No Jumper. So how does this have to do with No Jumper?
Baby didn't answer. Oh, they're gonna call the cops, huh? See a cop caller. Apartment number 127 is looking shaky, baby. Where you at, fool? I'll take you myself. I don't even...
Nah, we're not gonna do nothing else.
Nah, fool.
Screen record this real quick. Post that shit.
We right here.
Okay, we screen record this real quick.
Reporting live and direct from the Russian drainess this fucking shit. It stinks like shit, of course.
We just ate a bag of
potato chips.
No. What's your name? Riley Lays. Stinky Riley Lays. We're right here live and direct at your shit. We paid you. It's not working.
When this instance happened, Lush One was not an employee at No Jumper. He was just coming back on the platform, doing some appearances for pro bono. Yori was not an employee at No Jumper. He had quit and left No Jumper, supposedly. So this literally had nothing to do with No Jumper whatsoever, but somehow it's included in this lawsuit. Now, even if he wants to sue Lush for this, I feel like he would have a hard time, but I'm no legal expert because, one, he lives in a townhome. So the townhomes were inside the gate. They were outside filming from a publicly accessible place. All right, that's one. Secondly, Yori invited Lush to pull up. When Lush asked him for the fade, he told Lush to pull up and catch the fade. So if you invited him to your premises, bro, you can't now sue him for coming to the premises. This was one of the biggest errors in his lawsuit. So first off, blaming like No Jumper for whatever the fans posting to Reddit is crazy. So the fans posting about Riley's body, etc., has nothing to do with No Jumper, but they also made a very big mistake when they said that plaintiff Riley Garcia was terminated in March of 2023 after she complained about the sexual harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. Riley claiming that No Jumper terminated her in retaliation for her complaining about harassment is just so dumb because it's so easily debunked. If you look at that particular time, y'all can do your own research. I was there, but y'all can just do your own research by going back to March of 2023. What took place in March of 2023? Adam and AD had their huge falling out. AD left No Jumper and took everyone he brought to No Jumper with him. Half the employees at No Jumper left with AD. So when that happened, the content that they could produce, the amount of content slowed down drastically. There was not enough personnel here to put out the content as we used to. Fans took the side of AD. Well, some fans took the side of AD, and No Jumper lost like 20,000 followers, and fans were boycotting viewership of No Jumper. So hence the views went down, and the content output went down. So hence the revenue went down. Now, I was there. I know the meetings that took place because I was in them same meetings that Riley was in and Yori was in. I was there. And I was there when 4 out of the 6 editors got fired, got canned. I was there when Gina left. I was there when a lot of people who was doing a No Jumper news in a rotating cast, they got sacked and they got fired too. I was there when a lot of people behind the scenes, the thumbnail guy, he got fired. So I was there when a lot of people got fired. So when Riley, who her duty was to sort of man the camera angles, when she didn't really have an essential job and she got let go too. So when she got let go, the same time that other people got let go, due to revenue coming down, it was just layoffs. So for her to say that, knowing it's so easily debunked, doesn't really give me a lot of confidence in this lawsuit. I'll be for real with you guys.
I mean, it's like, bro,
You know how to hustle.
Riley and I are never.
We're hustlers. Like,
Riley and I are never broke again, bro. It doesn't matter how much hate we get.
This is bag chasing at its finest, man. But listen, you gotta respect the dedication, man. But you gotta do a little cleaner job at chasing the bag, bro. Because so far, this lawsuit, it is very problematic, man. Very problematic. Yori would claim that he quit No Jumper because he could no longer tolerate the harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. I'm surprised they didn't clean up their digital footprints before filing this lawsuit, because Yori will state that he left No Jumper because he was tired of the discrimination and the injustices and the harassment and retaliation. But when he left No Jumper, he says the biggest contributing factor to him leaving No Jumper was he's seen his streaming numbers go up, and he really wanted to see how much he could grow if he just focused all of his time streaming instead of being that No Jumper. He would even say that DJ Academics motivated him to sort of leave and do his own thing.
Okay, yeah, so basically I was still working there behind the scenes, doing all that stuff at that point there. And it got to a point where I did the Gulag stream. I did a couple 24-hour streams. I think I did the 5-day stream. And I was like getting so much support and growth on my streams in the YouTube channel. And this was honestly, even before No Jumper, this was like my main goal, which is like, to try to become a content creator of some sort. I was doing daily vlogs for a long time. I did a bunch of other different vlogs and shit. And then at a certain point, I was getting like so much support from the Harmonies gang, from you guys, that I was just like, all right, like, I feel like I can't squander this opportunity. Like, I gotta take advantage of this as much as I can. Opportunity of like what's happening at the moment. So I was like, bro, I gotta double down and see what I can do with this. And for a while I was like really thinking. I was like talking to Blasey, talking to Riley when I was working at No Jumper full time doing the editing stuff. I was like, bro, like, it's scary to leave a consistent paycheck every month for who knows what.
He was working behind the scenes as an editor. He started doing his streams. The No Jumper audience really embraced him and started donating. He was doing 1,000 live stream viewers per stream. So he was really doing his thing, and people were supporting him and donating. And after a couple good months, he thought, hey, I mean, why would I still want to be an editor when I can be the main character, the main star, and I can just stream for a living instead of having to do a 9-to-5 and manual work? So because of this, he decided he wanted to leave No Jumper.
And he was like talking about, and I this was already playing in my head, obviously. A lot of people think about this, but I remember Academics came in and he was talking about like the long-term shit. And then he had said like, yo, like, what happens if Adam like just decides to like double down on the plug talk shit and, not even care about the No Jumper stuff anymore? Like, what are you guys all going to do? And I was like kind of thinking about that. I was like, that's kind of true. Like, realistically, like, I'm super grateful for that huge opportunity. But at the end of the day, I have no college credentials. I have the only, credentials to my name, I guess, is the fact that I worked for No Jumper for so long as a video editor and all that stuff. But I really got nothing behind my name that could, like, really probably help me so much in, like, the whole career aspect world. So I was like, damn, like, I would be, like, kind of, like, let up hung and dry. So I got to, like, try to work on other stuff that, is more beneficial in the long run for me. So that's where I kind of like really made the decision after that, talking with a bunch of people. I was like, you know what, let me take this risk, leave the full-time shit, and then focus in on the streams. And that's where I have to like give the Harmonies gang a huge shout out, because like after that, like it really, showed me that I was like, bro, like if I take this shit seriously and not fuck around, like this can become something really consistent and like also fulfilling for sure, 100%.
From my perspective, it looks like he took a very big gamble on himself. The gamble didn't pay off like he thought it would, so now he's suing for a check, bro. Listen, we gotta be truthful here, bro. Even if y'all are rooting, I guess, against No Jumper, bro, this is for a check. No, I don't believe that Yori is going to bed traumatized, having cold sweats over his time at No Jumper. As he stated, he left No Jumper because he wanted to gamble on himself. And now he's suing No Jumper. Hey, man. This is a cold world, man. Now, the most bizarre part of this lawsuit was the privacy part. Now, it was bizarre because it made absolutely no sense whatsoever. They would claim that No Jumper owes them a payout because No Jumper violated their privacy, more specifically Riley's privacy, because they would claim that No Jumper disclosed a personal conversation that Riley had with Josh. They don't give a particular instance of exactly when the rights of privacy was violated, but because I was somewhat involved or I've been around, I think I know exactly what they're referring to. But the situation itself, when you guys hear exactly what the big hoopla is about, you'll be left more confused than you are right now. And you would truly think people are mentally ill because this situation didn't have to be blown up like this because it was literally nothing. So the situation started, I believe, when Riley and Yori went viral for one of their signature fights. And Sky Bri, I believe, caught wind of this and was in a Reddit forum, and she commented how she used to know Yori and she detailed their interactions. Now, when she did so, the fans screenshotted it and posted on a No Jumper Reddit. And what Sky Bri stated was she and Yori used to text back and forth. So when that took place now, Yori was incredibly pissed. He thought No Jumper was behind this. No Jumper exposed how him and Sky Bri used to talk. So then he went off on No Jumper. He went off on Sharp. So then Sharp, who was a No Jumper employee at the time, he took to his personal live stream to reveal all the details surrounding Yori, Sky Bri, and Riley.
Because you was fucking Sky Bri, you insecure to think that Riley was doing the same. And that's respect to her shit. I don't even think the girl get down like that. But let's be real. Is that why you got the insecurities that you got with Riley? Is because of what you probably did with Sky Bri? And when Riley found out about it, nigga, she's crying for days in the office to Lush. What was really going the fuck on, homie? Wow. And I wouldn't have did you like this, bro, if you wouldn't have called me what you called me, bro. I wouldn't have did you like this. But you had this coming.
So Sharp put some extras on it, but everybody knew the real story was Yori was texting Sky Bri. Sky Bri sort of revealed this information during her No Jumper interview. Now, once this came out, this, again, it's not a big deal. Texting somebody for whatever help they needed or tech help, this isn't a big deal at all. But because it's Riley and Yori, Brett, they blew this way out of proportion. They did a LeBron Heat-esque press conference to explain this situation and how he's innocent. Him and Sky Bri had nothing going on. It was only a text. 4.5 years later.
Over this shit-eating girl. This shit-eating girl that got brought into this discussion here, right?
And I just want to disclose that I don't want any issues with this girl. Like, I don't even want to talk about this. And, like, the fact that I have to is super annoying enough. But yeah, let's just get into it because have nothing to lose and all I have is the truth. Mm-hmm. Like, I have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
So,
and we're not spitting any lies here.
And I'm so glad Adam did this because this is the only thing he has on me, and now I could just let this go.
Exactly. This was the only thing him and Josh had over our heads was the fact that
Yuri talked to a girl.
I shared text messages with a girl 4.5 years ago. Imagine texting someone, right? Never even meeting them. Texting them 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years later, you're in a Reddit saying, I've talked to this person before.
Sky Bri took it upon herself to go to Reddit to reveal that her and Riley used to text before he became a psycho. Sharp decided to reveal that Yori and Sky Bri used to text and confirm the rumors. But somehow they blame it on Adam and Josh and claim that they were the ones that set this all up and that this was their plan to get back at Riley, which is kind of like Sky Bri is a grown woman. Sharp is a grown man. You can't fault Adam or Josh for their actions, but here's where the violation of privacy happens, okay? So Riley would say that, Sharp going around telling people that she asked No Jumper to delete the part of the Sky Bri interview where she admits that her and Yori used to text. Well, that information getting out there is because she confided in Josh and told Josh this. But you told him something. I don't think that he's legally obligated to never tell anybody what you told him before. But here is her claiming that she has emotional distress because apparently she told somebody, which is Josh, that she wants the Sky Bri interview edited, and somehow that information got out, and she has emotional distress because of it.
Me and Yuri didn't go when they were filming the Patreon. And then a couple weeks later after they started, Adam texted Yuri when Yuri and I were at home, and he's like, good thing you're not here because a girl you used to talk to was our guest on the Patreon.
And she talked about you guys.
And she talked about you. And I was just like, my heart's like beating. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, because Yuri and I have obviously been together for over a year at this point, almost, I think 2 years at this point. And we've obviously been streaming, and I know how the chat is. And if any type of like sexual girl was like tied to Yuri, I know how the chat was going to react.
Exactly.
And so, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I hate that I have to do this.
And this is like the other thing I kept like telling Riley is like, dude, this has literally nothing to do with the shit-eating fucking girl. This has to do 100% with Riley. Right now, she's gonna get into it, confiding into Josh. Josh taking this information, giving it to Adam, and then using it against us right now just to like literally hurt Riley and like make her
cause emotional distress.
Bro.
Certified bag getters, man. Certified bag chasers, bruh. Yo, I can't even begin to comprehend what's going on here. So Riley is claiming that now Yori didn't cheat on her. This was before her and Yori got together. This was Sky Bri and Yori texting before he even met Riley. But Riley didn't want for Sky Bri and that information to be left in the interview because she knew the fans would make it a big deal. So first off, why do you even care what the fans have to say? But she's saying, she's crying and saying this is emotional distress because somehow the information got out that she asked for the interview to be edited. People, are y'all just as confused as me? This is insane.
Yeah, that's the emotional distress by fucking social media.
By spreading like sexual fucking like rumors that we fucked people that we didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's being spread by this one company.
That has millions of subscribers.
Towards their former employees. It's crazy. It's crazy the shit that we're dealing with right now. And it's like people. They still like I don't know who the fuck still supports that fucking weirdo ass PEDO channel, bro. But it's like at this point, all the credibility is ruined out the window with how they've treated, especially Adam, how he's treated his friends, his employees, and right now how he's treating Riley and me because he knows that I've been spitting nothing but the truth. He can't get to me, so he's like, I'm gonna use this one piece of information I know from 3 years ago to try to hurt Riley just to like affect him somehow.
But it was Sky Bri who volunteered this information, not No Jumper. But here's the thing: speaking of defamation, Yori has gone on his stream for months now at this point, bruh, calling Adam a pedo, calling No Jumper a pedo channel. Bro, like, you may have to answer for that in court as well, right? God forbid they countersue you for defamation. Now what? This was just a really dumb mistake, man. Dumb. This entire lawsuit has nothing but errors, bruh. I remember a part of the lawsuit that when I seen it, all I could do was chuckle. I'm talking about this part right here. Yo, this part really made me chuckle. Like, I laughed when I read this. So Yori and Riley claims that before September of 2024, they enjoyed good reputation both generally and in his occupation. So Yori claims that he was viewed favorably and people liked him, the fans liked him, and he had no type of bad rumors about him before September of 2024. And it's Adam who began the smear campaign of his name that ruined his good reputation. The reason why this is hilarious is because they put these things in the lawsuit as if these things can't just be verified or confirmed. So Yori would claim that his reputation was in good standing and it's Adam who ruined it in 2024. So let's just go back, right, to 2023 when Yori and Riley was still working at No Jumper, or Yori specifically was still working at No Jumper, Riley wasn't. Well, here is Yori admitting that the audience and his fans and the public thinks that he is an abuser due to Riley's actions on stream.
I give $1 and Marco Cruz dropped a bag of $1.99. Yori always right equals mental abuse.
Bruh. I'm super serious about this. I'm super serious about this, babe. Like, the way it's looking is like
Berto dropped
I'm
the
just
bag
this
of $2.
abuser dude because of
W
how you're
content.
acting. It looks like I'm this abuser person. Like, I would have to separate myself in order to not seem crazy right now. That's my only. You're giving me only one option is to separate myself because I look like a crazy abuser. I don't want to seem like that.
The Truth dropped a bag of $1.99. Gain some self-respect right.
Here we go, abuser. You act like a female. Blah 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 blah.
You're not like that.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That like stuff like that is just it makes me look crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make Yuri look crazy.
Bruh.
It's my fault, guys.
I know this guy is sad and pitiful. Blah 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 blah. Bruh. It's gonna be like this. Abuser. All this shit. I am. I can't. I'm an abuser because I want to take a photo of my girlfriend.
The public reputation was already ruined. So it's hard to really, I guess, blame No Jumper for being a reason why your reputation took a hit after September of 2024. I'm pretty sure you can compile the views from all the bad things that Adam said about you, and they probably won't amount to 10% of Moist Critical, one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, doing a hit piece on you that got 4.6 million views of you going off on Riley because she did a YouTube video with her gay best friend and her other friend years before she knew you. In high school, she did the video, but you were mad because she didn't tell you that she did a YouTube video. So when you have big YouTubers already covering you, doing hit pieces on you, then it's kind of like, hey, bro, you can't really blame No Jumper for that reputation. Listen, I have no personal issues with Riley and Yuri. You know, I don't dislike them. I just feel like the lawsuit itself, you know, they would have to bolster this lawsuit to me to really do something. So the lawsuit as is, hogwash, won't go nowhere, to be honest. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? All right, do y'all feel like Riley and Yuri has a chance against No Jumper? Do y'all feel like they have a case? Let me know, right? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here on my screen to find out how the biggest Uncle Tom on YouTube, just got exposed and got a lot of backlash for saying this on stream, all right? I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.